Oh. Gotta get loose, dude. The first thing I'm always gonna do is I'm gonna do as much dynamic stretching as I can. And then I make really long, abbreviated swings, trying to stretch out every muscle group. Bring awareness to everything. And I'll do it left-handed. So that I'm stretching the opposite side muscle groups. I do it for balance, so I don't get as many imbalances in muscle groups. So I always try and stretch everything out this direction. Then I'll do a lot of one hand only. Wake up the shoulder and the chest. A lot of this stuff dynamically. But I'm not gonna really hold a lot of stretches, truthfully. I'm just doing a lot of stuff just to wake up muscle groups. One of my fears, like I see a lot of people who do static stretching. And when your muscles are cold and you're stretching statically, that's where they're most likely to tear, get injured, etc. So I always start off, everything I do is dynamic. Until I feel warm, I feel loose. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a wedge. So my very first wedge shots, all I'm working on with these first few shots is getting my setup into the right place and just feeling where my low point is. I'm just trying to find the ground. So my first few shots, all I'm going for is contact. Don't really care about where the ball's going. I'm just going for contact and making sure my setup feels good. Balance is where it needs to be. Go one more there. Now the next thing I do, this one's a little different. I'm gonna grab like an 8-iron or a 7-iron. I'll go 8 today. And now I'm gonna start running through in really slow motion what it is that I'm working on. So I'm gonna make sure that I start myself off in the feels that I wanna carry throughout the day, and I'm gonna do as many as I need to early, just trying to feel everything that I'm doing. So clubs behind. There, so these will be my very first swings. I'm gonna stretch it out. And that's all I'm doing. So I'm doing very, very long, but slow motion swings. Early on especially, I'm gonna go very extreme, the opposite of what I normally do or what my tendencies are. I'm going to go extreme so that I'm not bringing any awareness to my old stuff. I don't want anything going on with what I used to do bad. I'm not going to rehearse any of that stuff. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to do everything that I need to really get the feels that I want to have for the day. So now my next one, so that was my arm feel. That was some of the feels I have going with the club right now. Now I'm gonna start to wake up the lower body. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna separate it and push together. And this is where I'll start to pick up a little bit of speed. But all of my intent is on what I'm doing with the lower body here. Not trying to bring any tension into the golf club. I'm not trying to pull on the grip. I'm not trying to create arm speed. It's just all coming from the body. if I do feel one like I did there, I felt pull. I'm gonna increase this rehearsal again, so I'm going the opposite of pulling. That's the reason I do this, is to do the opposite of pulling the golf club. That's what I want that to feel like right there. That was perfect. But really make sure when you're warming up, you've got to have goals when you're warming up. So I'm trying to create all the feels that I want to carry throughout the day. And once I feel like everything is pretty loose, I'm going to do one more with my lower body. Then I'm going to go into, I'm going to start hitting shots now. So my stock ball pattern would be a pretty tight little draw. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start going through more of a routine. So I'm going to pick that blue flag out there. I'm going to start it at the yellow and turn it towards the blue flag. There's my window. There's my feel. So I got the shape that I wanted, just missed the contact. Now every shot that I'm going to hit on this driving range, I'm analyzing. So I liked everything I did with the club there. I didn't like what I did with my lower body. I stood up on it a little bit, so that's going to be part of my next rehearsal now. Same thing, I'm going to start it at the yellow flag, increase that turn, and there's what I want that to feel like. That was perfect. Okay? Now I'm going to start hitting different windows. First ones I'm going to do is I'm going to do some low ones where I don't access push. I'm going to access more rotation. So I'm going to go here, feeling more down through here, lower finish. I'm going to flight these. Love that. So I'm going to go one more like that. Okay. So I know I've got the low shot in there. So now my next one, I'm going to go the opposite of that. I'm going to go as high as I can hit this. So I'm going to feel a lot of height here. Impact, and a way higher finish into extension right here. So this will be my high ball. So now that I've hit the low one, I've hit the high one, I know exactly where stock is. So these are all the things that I'm running through. So I'm going to go ball flights, I'm going to go trajectories, and I'm always really focusing highly on making solid contact whenever I'm warming up, staying in rhythm. So I'm going to do more of a stock one. Apart from the pull, that was good. And then after I've done that, I'm going to take 3 golf balls. I'm going to hit 3 different shots. So this first shot, we'll call this a draw. So I'm going to pick a dimple on the inside of the golf ball to help me out with the direction I'm trying to swing this to start the ball right and curve it. But I'm going to highly focus on one dimple on the ball right there. Go here, I've got my dimple. There's where it would be coming from. So that ball turned pretty good right there. Now my next one, I'm going to go the opposite of that. I'm going to hit a cut. So I'm going to pick a dimple on this side that I'm looking at so that I can start the ball left and I can fade it. That was a perfect fade. And then my last one, I'm gonna pick right in the center. I'm gonna call this my straight ball. So I'm gonna pick a dimple right in here. And there's my straight ball. So those are a lot of the things that I'll do warming up. Always, 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 I'm heightening contact. Contact's gotta be everything. But then I'm gonna pick out dimples. I'm gonna hit different shots. I'm gonna work it right to left, left to right, straight. I'm gonna go high, I'm gonna go low, I'm gonna go medium, so that I'm starting to understand where my extremes are and where neutral is as well. That helps me get in tune with what I want to do before I go play around a golf, because I'm not going to just go out and hit straight shots for 18 holes. So I want to have the feels of everything that I want to do. And on top of that, your biggest thing that you can do is make sure that your rhythm is spot on with what you want to do. Do not start off fast. If you start off fast, all you're going to be doing for the rest of the day is trying to slow down. So really get as rhythmic as you can. Like me, I never stop moving my feet. I'm doing everything to where it has flow, and then I hit. And that's how I warm up.